Hey, welcome to A Moment to Move. My name is Garen and today's class is a challenging body weight strengthening flow. So it's going to get a little tricky, a little challenging, but stay with it because we are going to build strength overall and hopefully have a lot of fun at the same time. So let's waste no time. We're going to warm up the wrists and then we'll get into our flow. So I'm just going to have my hands facing down and I'm just gently going to rock forward and back, pushing into the index finger and the thumb, and coming forward and back, gently gripping the mat, and we're going to come a little bit further forward, so the shoulder's going to come over the hands this time. We're going to hold that position, push into the ground, doming the upper back just slightly, and then coming back, stretching out through the toes, pushing into the ground away from you, and again, gripping the mat with the hands. You go for 3, 2, 1, sink back, 3, 2, 1, shift forward, as far forward as you can go, pushing into the ground, gentle engagement of the glutes, gripping the mat with the fingertips, pushing into the index finger and the thumb, rock back onto the hands, and then spin the hands around, having the fingertips facing towards the knees, and we're going to sit back onto the hips, and you can just gently bounce and pulse. You can lift one hand, then the other, and walk them out a little bit. And now we're going to flip the grip, bring the hands up, just give them a little bit of a shake out. And we're going to come into our downward facing dog. So set yourself up and then push the hips up to the sky, wherever you need to be. Pushing into the hands, extending through the shoulders. Things are going to get a little bit awkward today. They are going to be a little bit challenging, but stay with it. And if you fall out of any pose, just come back to it. It's all part of the process. And who knows, maybe even I'll fall out today as well. So it does happen every day. It's part of the fun and part of our practice. So when we're ready, we're going to swing that right leg up and back. We're going to shift forward, bring that knee up into the right tricep. Push into the ground, gentle dome of the upper back, bring the navel to the spine, lower it down to the right wrist. Inhale back up to the right tricep, extend the leg away from you. And then we're going to bring it over to the left tricep, pushing into the hands, lower down to the wrist, back up to the left tricep, extend the leg away from you. And then we're going to bring it across again to the opposite tricep, push the ground away, hold it here, and then we're just going to extend the leg out in front of you. Now you can keep a solid foundation with your hands, and we're just going to keep onto the toes of the left leg and sink that hip down into the ground. You don't want to collapse into your shoulder, but you're just going to keep pushing the ground away from you, and it's sort of like a twisted up dog, but we're stretching out the IT band on the right leg. You can come onto one hand if you choose. For now we're just going to breathe in this position. And prepare yourself, so bring the left foot down, inside the left foot, bring that left hand off, push the hips up to the sky for starfish pose. Create a solid foundation between the left foot and the right hand. We're going to bring that right foot off the ground, sink back in, and push the ground away from you. So it's like a starfish squat, I like to call it. Keep pushing the ground away from you. From there, we're going to shift forward. We're going to bring that knee up into the right tricep, spin onto the toes of the left foot, push the right foot up to the sky for 2 pointed down dog. From there, begin to extend the left hand forward, and we're going to slowly shift into awkward plank. And from there, you can place your left hand down if you choose. Otherwise, you can bring that right foot up to the top of the mat. And then coming in to crescent lunge. See, it wasn't too complicated, was it? I like to have a deep leg lunge on both legs, so both legs bent. Take a nice inhale, and as you exhale, sweep that right hand back for revolved crescent lunge. Take a few breaths here in your twist. Sink into, well, don't sink in, keep pushing into the ground with your feet, but take a bend in that left knee. From there, gaze forward, and you're going to place your left hand onto the ground in front of you, bringing that left leg up into revolved half moon. So pop up, place the left hand down to the ground, place your right hand up to the sky, left leg straight out behind you, and from there you're going to bend that left leg, bring it into the left tricep for a crunch, extend it away. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, keep pushing the ground away from you. 5, as we extend this time, we're going to come into our warrior 3. So we're going to bring that left hand off the ground, hand to the heart, extend the left leg away from you, pull the shoulder blades onto the back, push into that right leg, and we're going to bring that left leg up to tree pose. Now you can either have it above the knee or below the knee. If you really want to help your balance, you can have a tripod, so you can have the left foot slightly on the ground. But please don't put your knee on. Please don't put your foot on your kneecap. Concentrate your gaze in one point in front of you, and just relax. Now you can push the leg into the thigh, thigh into the leg, and then shift your hips slightly forward, squeezing the glutes. From there, we're going to bring that knee into the chest, place it down, and sink up into chair pose. Hold this position, or come up onto your tiptoes, and we'll just breathe in tiptoe chair. I find this a good thigh strengthener. You can close down your eyes if you want to and really challenge the balance. Otherwise, just on the toes, you're doing enough. You're working the quads, you're building strength in that area. So from there, we're just going to forward fold, place the hands down to the ground. Now you can keep your hands directly down onto the mat, and as you come up, pull the shoulder blades onto the back, and you just do a halfway lift and come back down. There's an easier version. There's 2. If you want to extend them up by your ears, there's 3. Bring that navel to the spine. 4, 5. Place the hands down to the ground, and then step your feet back into your downward facing dog. So whatever's done on one side has to be done on the other. So we've got to balance it all out, haven't we? So we're going to swing that left leg up to the sky. Bring that left leg into the left tricep. Lower it down to the wrist. Gentle pause, navel to spine. Bring it up to the tricep. Extend it away. Bend the knee, shift it in to the right tricep. Gentle pause. Lower it down to the wrist. Keep pushing into the ground. Back up to the tricep. Extend it away from you. And then across into the right tricep, sorry. And then from there we're going to stay on the toes of the right foot. Extend the left leg away from you. And again, for that sort of twisted up dog, that's going to work the IT band on the left leg. Again, you can come up onto one hand if you choose to. Flex the toes on the left foot. Keep pushing the ground away from you. Don't yet collapse it. And you're going to come onto the inside of the right foot. Push the hips up to the sky for starfish. Again, we want to start creating that solid foundation with the left hand and the right foot, so we can bring that left leg off. And we're going to keep pushing into the ground. Sink the hips towards the back of the leg, the back leg, for that starfish squat. Bring that left knee up into the tricep of the left hand. Spin onto the toes of the right foot. The 2 pointed down dog. Not an easy transition. It is challenging. That's why we're here, to build strength. Extend that right arm up overhead. Begin to shift forward into your awkward plank. Again, you can place that right hand down, or step that left leg to the top of the mat and rise up to crescent lunge. I had to slow the breath down and try to talk you through that at the same time there while I concentrated. So it is challenging, I know these things as well, so feel free to come back to it and try it again on your own. Bring your navel to the spine, and as you exhale, sweep that left hand alongside you, extend away for revolved crescent lunge. Take a nice bend into that right knee. Smile. From here, we're going to gaze down to the ground and get ready to place your right hand down for revolved half moon. Pop that right leg up, right hand down, open up through your body, through your chest, and spin that left hand to the sky. And bring that right knee into right tricep for a few of those crunches. 3, 4, 5. Extend the leg away. Bring the hand to heart, coming into warrior 3. Take an exhale. As you inhale, rise up. Place that right foot inside the left thigh or onto the calf. Or again, you can make that kickstand. Have your hands wherever you need them. Sort of push the thigh and the foot together, and you can squeeze the glutes and bring the hips forward. A little bit of a balance challenge here as well to add to our one hand awkwardness. All in all, creating strength in our bodies, which is why we're here. From here, begin to place your arms up overhead. Bring that right foot down to the ground, sinking into your chair pose. You can rise up onto the tiptoes again. Maybe sink a little bit lower. And you can place the calves, feet down and bring back up. You can take a couple of chair squats or tiptoe squats. Whatever you choose to do. I'm going to go for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Folding over the thighs, placing the head to the ground or as close to. And again, your variation of back extensions. So I'm going to place my arms up by my ears, and I'm going to bring up halfway and lower back down. It's 1, 2, 3, navel to the spine, 4, 5, hold, place the hands down, step back to your knees, and we're just going to sit back onto the heels. If you can't sit on your heels, that's fine. You can come up, torso just above the knees. You're going to clasp the hands behind you and pull the shoulder blades down and back, extending through the chest. And you can take a little bit of a back bend here, but make sure you squeeze the glutes, thighs together. We're just stretching through the shoulders, just in a different way. Come back to center. I'm going to spin around, place my feet out in front of me, flex the toes, bring the arms up, and as I exhale, just fold over. Make sure the toes are pointing towards my face. I'm going to inhale to lengthen, exhale, fold over, and just relax, tucking the chin to the chest. I like to start shrugging and swaying my body from side to side, feeling length and strength. Maybe a few little bounces. I'm going to roll back up, turn to face you. So that's where we wrap up this class. I hope you've enjoyed it. It might have been a little bit challenging for you, but it also gives you something to reflect on in maybe a month's time and see if maybe you've made some progress through those transitions. They are a little bit tricky. I don't always get them right, but it's always nice to try and put these new things in. And you can just breathe, take it as slow as you need to, and just try to recalibrate and calculate your balance. And most of all, I hope you enjoyed it. So please let me know how you went. If you feel like this is something that you might want to do more regular, please feel free to hit that subscribe button and support this channel and support me. And yeah, I look forward to seeing you on the next one. So thank you for choosing to move with me and have your moment. And I'll see you soon. Thank you.